What up? What up? What up? Man, right now, YouTube live. I am also live on Twitch. Uh, I wanted to go ahead and put. I hate this. Why they keep doing this on Call of Duty right now? Go ahead and wait till people to pop on here. See what y'all talking about with these Cowboys, man. Oh shit! Oh, got his ass. Oh, still got it. Oh, wow. What's good? What's good? Let's talk about these Cowboys, man. Let's talk about these Cowboys, man. I got a lot of people hating on my comments. Got his ass. Oh shit. Oh, good. Good nade. I mean, good snipe. Oh, yeah. I'm excited, man. We actually got a defensive tackle that when we watch football on Sundays, when our own eyes. Oh shit. Damn. We got a big time defensive tackle. We got trade value now. Ain't no telling what we gonna do with those picks. I feel like we gonna be all right, man. I know one thing. Tell me we have Micah Parsons on a new extension, and tell me if I'm excited, just to, more excited about the season than I am today, and I'm not. I'm more excited today about the season than I was when we had Micah Parsons. Aren't y'all? I mean, that's how I feel. If you were to ask me, I'm more excited about the Cowboys than I was before the trade. If you were to say we have Micah Parsons for another 4, 5 years, and that's all we got, I'm more excited about this. Give me the draft picks, give me the tackle that can play today, and let's see where that takes us. That's what I want to see. I already know where Micah Parsons is going to get us. We saw it. We already saw what Micah gets us. Micah gets us maybe a playoff game. He doesn't get us to the Super Bowl. We know that. And apparently, what everybody's saying is he wasn't the leader. He's not the guy that's gonna, talk football all the time. He wants to be on the podcast and do all these other things. So, look, I as a Cowboy fan, I'm not emotional about it. I think this is something that if you've been watching the team, you know the flaws. This is one of those where you just got to understand this was coming. Damn. Ooh, I'm trash right now. Uh, I'm excited about the Cowboys, man. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'm excited. I think we got a better team than we did before the trade. That's the point. We have a better team than we did before the trade. I think that's the point, right? Where were we going with Micah Parsons? We had 4 years of Micah Parsons. Where were we going? We had 4 years of Hall of Fame Micah Parsons. Where did we go? You only can blame Dak Prescott so much. You can't say he was the problem all the time for everything. We had 4 years of Micah Parsons in his prime. Where did we go? Where did we go? That's all I want to know. Before you tell me your emotions and Jerry Jones sucks and Dak Prescott this and Dak Prescott that, we had 4 years. We ain't get nothing. We had a guy who was a great pass rusher, but he didn't focus on winning Super Bowls. He wanted to be a superstar off the field. Wow. Dang. Cowboys are a better team today. So now we have Osa Umenyior, Kenny Clark. We got Dante Fowler. We got Donovan Ezuraku. We got Sam Williams out there. We have Solomon Thomas. We got some players. It's not like we don't have no players now. It's not like we lost Micah and we just have nothing. We're going to have a top 10 defensive line. We're going to have better linebackers this year. We're going to be good. Wow. I'm not dealing. We're not dealing with the Micah Parsons drama no more. We can move on to what did we get from Micah? Can we win with what we got without Micah? I think we can. Fortunately, I think we can. I think Kenny Clark is a really good player. I think he's a Pro Bowl player. Is he going to go down and being a top 5 defensive tackle of all time? No, and we don't know what the heck Micah is going to end up being in all time as well. We just don't know. Can he help us win Super Bowls? That's what we want to figure out. And can we use those first round picks? I'm sure we'll be able to utilize them to get some players, get some other resources. Who knows? I doubt this was a one-trick pony. All right. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys know what they're trying to do and accomplish. That's why it
Make
took.
sure you subscribe to the show. Whoever just joined, subscribe to the show.
Right.
Tell me what y'all think about the Cowboys trade.
Kenny Clark and let's see what we got. Again, I'm for the trade because I feel like we needed a defensive tackle. We got our defensive tackle. Who can
We
be?
did get our defensive tackle. We got all that now. Let's take a look at the film.
All right. So let's just look into it. So again, we now have a complete defensive line in my eyes. I believe we now have a complete defensive line in my eyes. Appreciate anybody who's just joining. Hit the subscribe. The Micah Parsons trade is now complete. It's over with. Let's look at Kenny Clark. Can he play? We know he
You
can play because
can.
he made Pro Bowls. He's a great
Hey,
player.
wait
Let's
till
look
y'all
at it.
watch this
This was his
film,
best
man.
game. Detroit Lions. All right. Let's see what we can do here. We know he's going to be starting around Osa. We know he's going to be starting with Marshawn. I'm pretty sure they're going to have Dante Fowler. Let's look at it. I think he played really, really good against this game. And we know Detroit has the number one running offense, maybe number two. Here he is right here. Ooh, wow. So first things first, we need a guy who can he he can beat a one-on-one block. He's not going to get blocked one-on-one. We see that right now. We see that right now. Look at him get that. He's going to get off the ball here. He almost got to that play. He definitely forced it to go wide. Here he is right here. Looking at it right here, we can see this is probably going to be a double team, right? This is probably going to be a double team. Double teams is not just on the defensive tackles. It's on the defensive tackles to not get blown up, but it's also on these linebackers to make sure they see it quickly and make sure they make that linebacker commit so the D tackle can now be one-on-one and not have to face a double team the entire play. All right, let's see how he does. Nope, this was just a pass rush. All right. Next play. Good. He got held on this one. So we can see he's right here. Look how far up the field. He's a yard or two up the field, pushing his guy up the field, looking at the ball. He can make a play either way. He's going to force the running back to have to go outside. He gets held. You can see the flags come in. And we're going to see it at another angle as well. Again, this is what we needed, guys. We had a whole lot of just playing on the line of scrimmage, playing back at the linebackers. We needed somebody who can play upfield. Look at it. He causes this. The ball's supposed to go in here somewhere. That's where Gibbs wants the ball to go. He does not want to bounce this ball. There's a blocker here. There's a blocker here. There's a blocker here. He wants to take this ball inside, but Big Kenny Clark is here. Forces it to go outside. You got holding and holding. You got two holding calls. Here he is right here. Now he gets upfield. Now right here, you would say Detroit is winning this play. All right. He gets upfield, but look, he loses his gap. He's supposed to be in this gap. He loses his gap. He loses his gap right here. But watch how powerful he and quick and fast he plays. Still makes the play. Still makes the play, basically at the line of scrimmage. This is the type of player we're getting. We're not getting a guy who's just going to, we're not getting a football player who's just going to, Kenny Clark is not a guy who's just going to read and react. No, he's going to be able to play upfield and react on the go. Boom. The guy's a football player. We needed this. Like, we've been dealing with Mozzie Smith. Osa is always on the damn ground. I'm tired of Osa being on the ground. We need somebody who's going to actually make plays. Kenny Clark is a playmaker. All right. And that's why I'm glad. I understand. Michael Parsons is gone. We lost that battle. But we needed something, and we got something. All right. Let's look at the next play. I think this is him right here. He engages. Again, makes the ball have to go outside. We got Saquon Barkley coming up. Saquon Barkley will take this if you just give it to him. They got blockers here. They have this lined up. But when you get that penetration and make him bounce, Eddie still comes and makes the play. he not only makes the bounce, he's right here. Boom. Got to bounce it. Good play right here. But look who makes the play. Boom. Here he is right here, Kenny Clark. He gets double teamed. Makes the play. Look, I watched enough of these plays to tell y'all Kenny Clark is not going to win every double team. He will get pushed every once in a while, but dang, he fights. We can't have guys just getting blown 6 yards off the ball and don't even fight. He fights. At least he makes the play if he ever gets off the ball. He is right here, one-on-one. He gets held right here. Still comes back and makes the play. See, a playmaker. I think he's going to pair pretty good with Osa. That's what I believe. Tell me what y'all think. I think he's going to pair pretty good with Osa. Here he is right here at the goal line. We need a big body at the goal line. Ooh, ooh. Now we know, we know against Philly, they're not running a stupid play like this at the goal line on whatever in inches. They're just not going to do it. I don't care where they're at. They'll do it at their own goal line, at coming out. They're not going to. They're going to do the push. But we need a guy who can make a play if they make a mistake like this. He's there. Plays physical. Here he is right here getting double teamed. There's holding. They call it. He's disruptive. I mean, guys, can we get another? We got another disruptive player. He doesn't play edge. Okay, we get it. But he plays the position that was getting killed last year in the last few years. We haven't had a defensive tackle since I don't know who. Here he is right here. Sure, this is going to be a pass. Boom. Look at him reverse. Sorry, y'all. Mozzie, we know not making this play. But honestly, Jay Toa probably doesn't make this play either. But we need this. We need guys to look at him. Reverse. This is a 310-pound dude. He's done this so far. If you've been watching it, if you haven't, make sure you rewind it, subscribe and rewind it. He's made this type of play 2 or 3 times. And this isn't the first quarter. He's physical. That ball will pop out every once in a while now. That ball's going to pop out every once in a while. Those were the plays Micah Parsons was making year 1. Am I lying? Tell me I'm lying. Y'all, I know I love Micah too. I was the biggest Micah fan that first year and a half. But tell me Micah didn't get better. That's all. Like, he didn't get better. And you're going to pay him $47 million a year. You need a player who's going to get better. You need a player who in the playoffs shows up. Oh, well, Dak Prescott didn't show up either. Dak Prescott is a quarterback. He's your top 5 to 10 quarterback. You always pay your quarterback, duh. But you don't have to pay your pass rusher. Now, if he was this dominant player who was able to stop the run and all that, great. I made a video, watched a video that he should have stayed at linebacker. There would not be a contract dispute if he didn't just stay at linebacker. He would be a highest paid inside linebacker, better paid than Fred Warner. Here he is right here. Look at the engagement. Look at the engagement by Kenny Clark. Look, this is not supposed to be so surprising, guys. I get it, but these are one-on-one run play blocks. We should have guys being able to do that. But unfortunately, Osa's always on the ground and slanting. We always got a slant left, slant right. Osa's always slant left, slant right. Mozzie's always standing with the guy, never doing nothing. Thank you. We got a playmaker. We got a playmaker. All right. We got somebody. This guy's he can play football now. He can play football. Boom. All right. We don't know what's coming out in the draft. We don't know what's coming out in the draft next year. We don't know what Donavon Ezeraku is going to be. We know Micah Parsons was great. He had a lot of sacks, but he was 5th in sacks since the time he's been in the league. Not number 1, people. Like, he's not the greatest of all time. We've been watching Micah for the last 4 years. There's been times where he didn't show up. There's been times where you can attack him. We wish he would play better against teams like the Ravens, against teams like Philly sometimes. Like, come on. Like, let's be real. We can agree with Jerry once in a blue moon. Look at this play. Dude got double teamed, fell to his knee. He got double teamed. He needs to get his head up. You can hurt your neck like this, but I like he's shooting his hands. Fell to his knee. Now, Mozzie Smith will be on the ground. Most of the D tackles, Osa will probably still be on the ground. He still wants to make this play. Look at it. Like, we're not getting this average starter. This is a guy right here. This is a dude. Like, Kenny Clark is a player. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
We gotta get out of this stuff. Kenny Clark is gonna help us win this football game next Thursday. Look at it. Another double team. And again, I'm telling y'all, these are his top plays. I know these are his top plays. but the dude barely lost maybe lost one or two double teams where he got pushed back. So he's fighting. And this was one of the best O lines running offenses in the league. I think he's going to fare well against the
Oh, but
Philadelphia
he's too
Eagles. It's not like
old.
he's
He's
never faced
30
them
years
before. If you're
old
just
and
not
all this.
joining, we're
Who
going to watch some of
cares?
these plays again. All right. This is one of the first plays we watched. Kenny Clark is a great player. He makes plays. All right. Here, he helps extend the rush. Look at him getting. You're not. He definitely had his guy controlled. We got a next play here. This is a pass rush. You can. He just. I just wanted to show you that he may not have a lot of sacks, but he's not a stagnant pass rusher. But he's also not Aaron Donald. That's clear. He's not Aaron Donald. He's not Leon Lett, Michael. He's not Leon Lett. But well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not as familiar with Leon Lett's game to know how great of a pass rusher he is, but he does have a little wiggle to his game. He's not stagnant on the line of scrimmage. All right. Here he is right here. Look, he plays in the backfield. He plays in the backfield. This is 2 yards up the field. Why does Jameer have to go outside? Big Kenny. Then he's playing so quick, he gets held. You don't get held playing soft. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. You don't get held playing soft. I'm sorry. Y'all comment the last time y'all saw Osa make this type of play. When was the last time you saw Osa do that? Just tell me the last time. Tell me. When was the last time we saw Osa just get up the field and just cause havoc and make plays and even that? It doesn't happen. Here he is right here. Kenny Clark's a baller, man. He's going to come. We got a Pro Bowler. He may
I got
not
some
be a
more
Hall of
film
Famer,
coming
but he
up as
makes
well.
plays.
Got
Look
some
at
more
him.
film coming.
Usually, oh no, don't get upfield. Don't get upfield. This is a big hole. No. Athleticism. 300 pounds, athleticism. Athleticism, big, powerful. All right. We're watching plays into the second, third, fourth quarter. He has stamina. Look who makes this play. Again, why does he have to bounce it? He has to bounce it because Big Kenny Clark. But look who makes the play. He starts to jog a little bit, but he sees it. He comes and hits. He sees it. He comes and hits. Here he is right here. Looks like a double team.
We got us a guy, baby. Hey, if you a Cowboy fan, comment below, man.
Right now, he's still
If
on
you
the
a
line of
Cowboy
scrimmage.
fan,
Is he going to
comment
get pushed
below.
3-4 yards back?
I'm
Not
excited
quite.
about
He
what we
does
got
give
after
up a
the
lot of
trade. I'm
space. I'm
excited.
not saying, but they are running that way. So they're trying to get that cutback to happen. But he's still there. 2-3 yard game, maybe. All right. It's 2-3 yard game. Sometimes, y'all, double teams are not always on this guy. As soon as the linebackers and these guys see the double team, they're supposed to hit these gaps.
Yes, sir.
So it's hard to stay on the line of scrimmage and play upfield and play all that when you're getting double teamed by these big guys. But he plays it very well. But you also need these guys to play upfield faster to not let these plays happen. And they did pretty well. 3-4 yards. But you would like to not give up 3-4 yards of carry. Here he is right here, 1-on-1. He gets held. He gets held. Clear as day. Ref's going to see it. I'm pretty sure they're going to call it. He doesn't just stay there. He tries to get off. He gets held. But look, he still makes the play. He did. What do a lot of guys do right here when they get held? They'll be like, "Oh, they're running and they raising their
Raising
hand."
up their
Like, no, he ain't
hand.
worried about all that. Like, I get the feeling that this dude is going to help change the. I don't know anything
Mentality.
about him. Haven't seen an interview. Maybe somebody is a fan here of him. I don't know who knows him. He gives me the vibe that he's going to change the attitude just by the way he plays and runs to the ball, and he's not just a hustle guy. He's a good player. You know what I'm saying? Here he is right here. We know they're going to tush push the Eagles, but we ain't facing the Eagles every week. But he's a big body who's going to help us.
We up, Cowboy fans. We
You
up.
can't run against him though. You have to double team him to be able to run against them, and you're still going to maybe get 50% of the time, 40% of the time you're going to be successful. But you definitely can't beat him one-on-one. He's going to always beat you one-on-one. Look, double team. Even when you think you beat him, he comes off. So look, if you let me know what y'all think, man. I think Kenny Clark is a good signing. He's under 30 years old. All right. He's not the same age as Micah. He's not going to be Micah Parsons because he's a defensive tackle. He would have to be Aaron Donald to be Micah Parsons. He would have to be that. That's the only guy you can compare it to. Don't say Jalen Carter because Aaron Donald and Jalen Carter, I still think, are just totally different players. There's no way you can look at Jalen Carter and say he gives you Aaron Donald impact necessarily. We'll still look at that. That's another one of those plays. Hustle, make the play. We need that. That's how you stop big plays from happening. The Cowboys usually give up a lot of yards, not big plays. We need guys to not give up big play. Again, you cannot block Kenny Clark one-on-one. I don't even know why they ran this play, because if they ran, they should know you can't. Look, you don't have a chance. And I know the offensive line for Detroit aren't as big as Philly, but they're still a great offensive line, great run scheme. They can trick you up a little bit. But size, he's 300 and something
Hey, y'all want
pounds.
to watch
I'm
the
not
Philly
worried about
film?
how
Let's
big a
watch
dude
Philly.
is. Look, double team. This hits a knee. Who makes this play, though? You think that gap is there? No, look at him sacrificing his body. We don't have a guy on the team who will give you this. I think Winfrey wants to give you this type of effort, but he doesn't have this type of talent and size to be able to do it. So we're not going to start Perry on. But this is the dude. This is the guy. All right. So look, I'm gonna keep looking at the film. This is just one game, but obviously he's a Pro Bowler. His stats show it. He's a player. That's why they traded for him. It's almost like getting multiple picks. It's almost like getting 3 first-round picks. Right? You get a Pro Bowler who can play right now. You get 2 more first rounders. If you're just joining, hit subscribe. I'm going to end this video. I just did the review on Kenny Clark, why he's a Pro Bowler, film study. I'm going to drop this here in a second so you can go back and rewind it. But make sure y'all hit subscribe. Make sure y'all let me know what y'all thinking. But I think Kenny Clark is going to be a player, man. We just watched 16 plays, 16 impact plays from a defensive tackle. Guys, Micah Parsons wasn't giving you 16 impact plays since his rookie year, and he's a defensive end. What am I missing here? I'm not saying he's as great as Micah. We don't know how great Micah's going to be and all this kind of stuff. What I know is since Micah's coming to the league, he's shown that he's a really good pass rusher. But if you watch football with me in my little basement when I'm watching the Cowboys, I've been saying it since year 2 and 3. He has not gotten better. His pass rush moves have not gotten better.
All right. That's enough of that. That's an old video that I just posted. I think yesterday I went live. I just wanted to show y'all some of the film that I had already saw. Look, the Cowboys are going to have a pretty good starting lineup and a pretty good rotational lineup. Now, think about this rotational. Think about this lineup now. Last year, when we lost Micah Parsons, we did not have DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence was hurt. We didn't have any reliable backups. We had a guy named Marcus Golston, who Cowboy fans don't even know what team he plays on now. He was like our second leading sack leader. We had Overzone, who was one of our top leading sack leaders. He's an inside linebacker. We addressed the depth issue in the offseason, not knowing if we're going to have Micah or not. We drafted Donavon Ezeraku. On the film, it's clear as a college player he can rush the passer. He may not get you 15 sacks, but he can rush the passer. We re-signed a dude that we already know is a proven player, Dante Fowler. Dante Fowler's better than Golston, ain't he? I mean, I'm pretty sure he is. We got James Houston. James Houston is a better pass rusher than Golston. We also had last year Lawson. Remember Lawson? Shaq Law, whatever his name was. He's not even on a team right now. Right? So we got to understand that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a better football team right now because we were already going to be better without Micah, but because we have more depth. But now we have Solomon Thomas added. So now our starting lineup looks like this. We have a starting lineup that looks like this. We have Dante Fowler at one defensive end. We have Osa Umenyiora at defensive tackle. We have Kenny Clark, and then we have who we want to put at the other defensive end, Marshawn Nealon. If you haven't been paying attention, Marshawn Nealon is probably going to be a one of the most improved players of the year when y'all watch him this year. He's a better pass rusher than anybody thought he would be coming out of college. He can already stop the run. That's why you saw him playing last year. But now he has some quickness and some burst with him now. All right. So we now have a rotation of guys. James Houston is going to be a rotational guy. He's going to come in on third and long. He's going to be a player. James Houston is going to be fine. Sam Williams is still going to be a guy you can rotate in and give 10 to 15 plays. He just has to get healthier, right? Mozzie Smith will be better than he was last year because we're not expecting him to play 45 plays a game. He's not starting every game. He's going to be a backup player now. Jay Toa, he's not going to be a starter now. Now we can put him as a backup and they can learn from the veteran. Learn how to get off the ball, control your man, play with your hands, turn your hips. They're going to be able to learn that from Kenny Clark. Unfortunately, you couldn't say that your young players can learn from Osa Umenyiora because Osa was kind of just another guy. I mean, Osa was a guy who you see him flash every now and then, but he always was on his butt sometimes, you know? He's always the slant guy. You know, he never really was the guy who can dominate a player. We got a guy who can dominate a player now. Kenny Clark is a guy who can dominate now. He can make plays. He's going to run down the field, make impact plays, even if he doesn't make a play down the field behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to make a play on a pursuit play, which can turn into touchdowns sometimes if you're unfortunate. So we got great rotation of 7, 8 guys. We're there now, right? Is Saquon Barkley going to rush for 150 yards week one? Maybe. But I don't think it's going to be because we're going to look at that defensive line and say, dang, they're getting dominated. I don't believe that. I believe it's going to be Philadelphia is just a really dang good team. Let's just call it what it is. There's not going to be many teams that's going to hold Philadelphia to under 100 yards rushing. That's just hard to do. It's just hard to do. But we are going to stop them being be better than we were in the past. I do feel like we have a better chance to not get dominated in the third and fourth quarter, where it's just like, well, we know Philadelphia is going to hand the ball off. We know they're going to get 5 yards every carry. I believe that's going to be different, not just because Kenny Clark. Y'all saw what those linebackers were doing in the offseason. They didn't even show us Kenneth Murray. That tells me he's better than what we had at backups. So we saw number 35. We saw what he could do, Maurice Leofau. He looks better. Damone Clark, they look better. I'm not going to put all my faith in these guys. I do like the Sandburn and the veterans that we picked up. These are better players than we had last year, though. So to think because we lost Micah, now we're gonna be this bottom five defense like these. See, I feel like all these ESPN analysts, Cam Newton was the only one that was keeping it real. Cam Newton was on ESPN saying, "Y'all, the Cowboys won this trade. You may not feel that way until another few years down the road, but they won this trade." The only thing Cam Newton was missing was tell them why we won it this year too. Yeah, Green Bay's going to have a great pass rusher. That's sure. But the Cowboys are not a young team that's rebuilding. This is not a rebuilding move. We didn't trade Dak Prescott away. Dak Prescott is still coming back from his injury. He's still going to be the top 10 player a top 10 quarterback. We still have CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Ferguson. We still have a variety of running backs. We have Tyler Booker, Tyler Smith. We got a line that's going to be able to push. We got play. Trayvon Diggs is going to come back. He can't tackle nobody, but he can cover. DeRon Bland was hurt too. Like everybody forgets and thinks the Cowboys were just trash last year. No, Dak Prescott was not having a great season. But we already know those coaches were sorry over there. Those guys weren't trying to get better and win no Super Bowl. So we there was a lot of issues going on. Dak Prescott was not having an elite year last year, but we were going to be better this year. We got better players. All right. So I think the team is going to be better. I'm not getting caught up in the emotion of losing a top player. I told y'all this in a video before. We knew we were not going to re sign Micah when at his second year he decided he was going to be a full time defensive end. Y'all comment below. If Micah Parsons was an inside linebacker, would he have gotten paid already? He would have already gotten the dude in San Francisco money. The dude in San Francisco, Fred Warner, signed 2 contracts. He remained the highest paid over that 3, 4 years. The inside linebacker did not go up at all, but Micah Parsons still would have got that money. Micah Parsons only is an issue because he's trying to get that defensive end edge rusher money, but he's not that type of player. He can rush the quarterback, but y'all tell me this. Number 53, James Houston. Number 53, James Houston. He already looks like he has more pass rush moves, and he's a veteran just like Micah, but he looks like he has better pass rush moves. He's not a better pass rusher. But why does he look like that? Because Micah hasn't gotten better. Micah still gives you the same moves he gave you his rookie year. He has no different moves or anything. He's going to start with speed and he's going to try to finesse you or power you. But it's not going to be none of that hand stuff that Aaron Donald, none of that. He doesn't have any of that. He doesn't bend the way the dude in Cleveland does. So Micah did not improve from year 2, 3, and 4. He was great rookie year, but he started to wear down at the end of seasons. Really all 4 years. Everybody's telling us that Kenny Clark wore down. He's getting older. Guys, Micah Parsons was wearing down. Does anybody believe that Micah Parsons is a workout warrior? You think just because he's really, really fast, that he's a workout warrior? That's a lot of God-given talent. Do you think that Micah Parsons watches film all day, every day? No. You know why? Because his worst opponents are quarterbacks that run at you. The read option, Baltimore, he doesn't show up. Philly, he doesn't show up. Why? Because you have to study the game to be able to beat those teams. You can't just rush the quarterback against Philly. You can't just rush the quarterback against teams like Buffalo. You can't just rush the quarterback against teams like that. Washington. These are the teams that we got Washington and Philly in our division. We got to be able to not just rush the quarterback. We got to be able to stop the run. Washington is going to challenge you vertically and on the ground. Philly challenges you vertically and on the ground. The Cowboys are not a worse team. I believe whatever you thought the Cowboys were going to be before the trade, give them another game. That's how I'm saying. So if you believe the Cowboys was a 9-win team before the trade, give them another game. They're a 10-win team. That's how I look at it. I don't think we got worse. I think we gained another game. Why? Because nobody said we were going anywhere before this trade happened. If you were to say we re-signed Micah Parsons for 5 more years, they still were picking us third in the division. Some people were picking us fourth. They had Eagles, Washington, Giants. Some people had Giants, and then Cowboys. If we re-sign Micah, what changes? I mean, what changes? I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. Why would I want to watch another 3, 4, 5 years of Micah Parsons on the sideline when he's not having a good game? He looks like he's not happy when he's on the field. When he doesn't have 3 sacks, it's like he's not excited. When he doesn't have 3 sacks in the game, when somebody else gets a sack, he's like he's not excited. Why do I want to watch that? Why do I want to watch a podcast where he's giving his top 5 quarterbacks, but he leaves out his quarterback on his team? Why do I want to watch that when he's saying the quarterback that I fear the most is not like he's giving all this praise for everybody else? Why do I want to watch that for 4 more years when we've already seen it for the last 4 years? We still weren't good enough. Oh, that's right, Donovan. We should have just traded Dak or got rid of Dak and go get Archie Manning. Archie Manning and Micah Parsons would be the key to success. Y'all hate Dak so much, bro. Archie Manning and Micah Parsons would have gotten us to a Super Bowl, huh? Y'all hate Dak so much that y'all would reach that far to say, even now that we got all these draft picks, everybody's trying to get rid of Dak. Now we can go get Archie Manning. Bruh, The only quarterback that have won a Super Bowl have been Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and then you had Jalen Hurts last year. It's not a quarterback issue. It's not a Dak Prescott issue. Those playoff games that the Cowboys lost, the defenses didn't show up. These are the playoffs. Name a playoff game, a high stake playoff game, where the offenses came out going up and down the field, just throwing it everywhere. It doesn't happen. Patrick Mahomes doesn't throw for 400 yards a game in the playoffs. It didn't happen. Tom Brady did have some good games, but he also had those struggle games. You can't expect every quarterback to go into the playoffs and throw for 400 yards a game. You just can't expect that. You got to have a great team. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones realized we didn't have a great team. We had a really good team with a really great player in Micah Parsons. What can we do? He's disgruntled. He doesn't believe in the vision of you're going to make more money as a Cowboy, sign for a little less, make more money overall, but help us build a team around you. Micah Parsons didn't believe in that. It's not shocking to anybody. He was believing in himself as a superstar off the field since his second year. He had a podcast. He was starting to believe in his superstar hype. It's not a shocker that he didn't believe in that in the believe in that. Fine, go get your money. He was worth the 188 guarantee, whatever he got. He's worth that clearly. Even though Jerry Jones said I offered him more guaranteed money. I don't know if everybody caught that. Jerry Jones still said I offered him more guaranteed money than Green Bay. They just made the decision that, you know what, I don't like the way they did this business. I already had questions about his leadership. Y'all are hearing the news that's coming out. All the things that we thought were true about Micah Parsons when we just watched it outside looking in, we asked those questions with as fans. As fans, we asked questions. Dang, how do the players feel about him having a podcast? Two players at least came out saying, I don't think Micah should have done that podcast, or Micah's a me guy. At least two players said that. One of them are still on the team. they kept they kept Malik Hooker on the team after those comments. Malik Hooker said that shit, and he's still on the team. You think a player can talk anything negative about what Tom Brady was doing while he was playing and still be on the team? No. They didn't. The team wasn't. The Micah Parsons became a nuance in the locker room. I don't think anybody doesn't believe that. I don't think anybody doesn't believe that. So now we have a team. I believe Dak Prescott is relieved. I believe low key Trayvon Diggs is relieved. I believe the team is relieved that you don't have to have this one guy with all this attention, not just on the field helping us win, but now he brought it all off the field now. What he says gets talked about and all that stuff. So, look, I appreciate I'm not going to keep ranting. We looked at the film of Kenny Clark. I'm going to pull up the film again and watch some other stuff and post it. But overall, there's a lot of negativity about this trade. I want to be the positive because not just to be different, but because I see the positive in it. I watch every Cowboy game, me and my pops, just like everybody else, watch it at home somewhere with somebody or by themselves. And when I watch these games, I said, dang, I wish Micah was better. I wish Micah, every time he ran, he got into a pass rush, he didn't use the same move. How come every time Micah's in a pass rush, he still lets the offensive lineman get his hands on him? Like, I get he wasn't a pass rusher coming out of college, but he's had a full year, his rookie year. You would think he's working on his craft in the offseason. Oh, snap. He's in every event now. Every event he's there. He's almost like doing like we won a Super Bowl. I'm on every event. This is after his rookie year. You know what Myles Garrett was probably doing and TJ Watson, those guys? Aaron Donalds working on hand movement, flipping hips and doing all that. Micah Parsons doesn't give you the vibe that he's 24/7 about football. And guess what? The film showed it. The film showed it. He can talk about I got double teamed the most times and all this. You're an elite talent. Nobody's disputing that. But you're not $48 million. No. You're not. That's that's not the impact that you bring, bruh. Sorry.